Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Braden Hodge. This episode of WWE News and Rumors is brought to you by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, use SeatGeek, use code HODGE, save $20 on your tickets. Now this is for first time orders only, so if you've used SeatGeek before, just make a new account. You can still use the code and save yourselves $20 freaking. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we're gonna kick this off with the first and only news story of the day. This one is about an upcoming WWE pay-per-view. This one is about the Day 1 pay-per-view. So the Day 1 pay-per-view happened for the first time ever this past year, this past January. It happened in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was, of course, Day 1. It was the first day of 2022. Now, they've actually announced they are doing this pay-per-view again this coming year for 2023, January. And something interesting, they actually announced it's happening in the same venue. It is actually happening in the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia again. The same date, only 1 year plus. It is January 1st, 2023. Day 1, Atlanta, Georgia. They've announced this happening. Tickets are actually going on sale for this in September, which I think is crazy because the show's not till January, and that's really far out to be buying tickets. But basically, they've also announced that Brock Lesnar will be at the show. So it doesn't look like SummerSlam will be Brock Lesnar's last show for a while. He'll be back, if not sooner, we know at least for the Day 1 pay-per-view. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that's the only confirmed news story that I talked to you guys about today. So go and get your juice boxes out. Get your juice boxes ready, ladies and gentlemen, because it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. So the first rumor of the day will be about Ronda Rousey. So Ronda Rousey has been suspended, as many of us know. She was suspended for attacking a WWE referee after her match, after she got screwed out of the deal with Liv and the thing, because Liv was tapping and the shoulders were down, and it was just it was a crazy finish. But basically, yeah, she got suspended, but apparently she won't be suspended that long because she's actually advertised to be at the Clash of the Castle show, which is literally like less than a month away. So yeah, it is definitely Ronda Rousey's suspension will not be for that long. All right, the next rumor are about WWE promos. Now, I'm really excited for this. So of course, now the WWE things are a little bit different. So Vince McMahon is retired. If you've been living under a rock, not the rock, just a random rock. If you've been living under that, you may not know that, but basically, yeah, Vince is retired. Triple H has taken pretty much the creative role on making everything, and apparently the new thing that they've kind of switched up a little bit is for the promos. Like, the scripted promos are not really so scripted anymore. They can kind of go off a little bit more, kind of improv a little bit more, because it's when you get some of the best stuff. Basically, yeah, it's still scripted to a very high degree, but it's not as strict as it once was. I'm sure if you want to do an entirely like unscripted promo, you can probably work that out with the new powers that be. But yeah, they're pretty much relaxing a little bit on the whole scripted every word kind of rule that they kind of had before. All right, the next rumor is about the Beast Incarnate. It's about Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar SummerSlam match against Roman Reigns was phenomenal. It was incredible. He had a crazy finish. Brock Lesnar had this tractor thing, right? And he goes to flip the ring upside down. He flips it up on its side. It's crazy. He has the thing lifted so high up in the air. So the rumor about this is actually, of course, this is a very high risk kind of spot kind of deal. A little bit dangerous, as everyone saw. Apparently, it wasn't supposed to look like that. It wasn't supposed to be that rough looking. Like, it was supposed to be very smooth, just like very smooth, go under, and then lift straight up, and then very smooth. Like, perfect. It wasn't supposed to be like very violent like it was. Apparently they did practice this spot, but they did not practice it with Brock Lesnar driving the tractor. They practiced it with like a ring crew guy doing it. He did like perfect, all smooth, right under the ring, lift right up, perfect. They were not expecting the ring to like shift and start sliding towards the crowd and all this other crazy stuff, and then violently lift up and be like, oh god. But I gotta say, if it would have went all smoothly like it was planned, maybe it wouldn't have came off as good as it did, because it looked dangerous, it looked wild, and it was a very, very crazy moment, especially to witness live. If you guys haven't seen my SummerSlam vlog, go check that out. King of Vlog Style has a brand new vlog if you're up on the channel for the SummerSlam 2022 in Nashville. But basically, it looked crazy wild, it looked crazy on TV. It was just a crazy spot, and it didn't go as like perfectly planned, but I think if it did, it may have not been as perfect. Alright, the next rumor is about the WWE Draft. So the WWE Draft usually happens every year, sometimes once a year, but sometimes they did the shakeups like twice a year, I think. So I don't know, but basically the WWE Draft, we're overdue for it nonetheless. So what's the plan? Because I heard, like, originally I heard they were pushing like spring, and then they're like, no, this summer, and now we have this updated rumor saying they're pushing for fall, like early fall, like August, September. So I'm thinking like right after Clash of the Castle. If I had to take like a crazy wild guess on when they're gonna do it, I would say right after Clash of the Castle they might be doing the WWE draft, which is always exciting, always great. They're gonna be switching up the wrestlers that are on each show. So some of the Raw wrestlers will be on SmackDown, and some of the SmackDown wrestlers will be on Raw. And yeah, they're kind of just flip-flopping the rosters a little bit. So it's always interesting, and this is always necessary to have fresh feuds and like great feuds, because you gotta switch up stars and stuff like that. So I'm really excited for the WWE draft. But this rumor's saying they're pushing like August, September. But I'm thinking it's gonna be September. I'm thinking it's gonna be after Clash of the Castle. I don't know. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments. But I'm thinking after Clash of the Castle, we might have the WWE draft. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final news. This is the final rumor, the final thing I'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News Rumors. This one is wild. This one is crazy. This is about Sasha Banks and Naomi. So if you guys don't know, Sasha Banks and Naomi have walked out of the WWE. They're no longer part of the WWE. There was never like really solidly confirmed if they both got released or if there's still contracts on them or what. But basically, they started doing some like appearances outside of the WWE, like some autograph signings and appearances and stuff like that. And then they were talking like, we'll take wrestling appearances. We'll like wrestle for different companies like in January or something. And everyone was like, they're probably going to AEW or like another wrestling company going to wrestle for like a major league company. They're probably just not going to be like running around the indies or something. But now everything's changed. This rumor is saying they're coming back. They're coming back to the WWE, so we have new powers that be, new people are in charge of the WWE, and they really want to work this out. Apparently it was Triple H mostly that wanted to work this out with Sasha and Naomi. They got in contact with them, and apparently they came up with a deal to actually have them come back to the WWE. Now hopefully they're smart. I'm sure they're going to take care of them, but like if other people were in charge who will remain unnamed, I'm sure they would be, once they came back, they would be like punished and like the very low, like bottom of the card. But hopefully they'll just take care of them when they come back this time. But yeah, apparently they have in fact worked out a deal for Sasha Banks and Naomi to return to the WWE here soon. I don't know when it could be. It could be a Clash of the Castle. Might hold it off till Survivor Series time or something. I don't know. So they pretty much can take any show and make it a giant show by having this giant return that they could just do anytime, anywhere. So I don't know when it could be. We'll just have to wait and see. But apparently Sasha Banks and Naomi are working on a deal with WWE to actually come back, and there will be WWE wrestlers, superstars. I don't know what we're calling them anymore, these new powers be, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Just the whole like WWE world right now is changing, and things are getting more laxed up. We can start using the word belt again. Like Vince had these like weird holds on like, don't use that word. That word, I don't like that word. But now it's like opening up a whole different world, and things are changing again. And we use the word wrestling again. Before we had to use the word sports entertainment, that phrase, but now we can say wrestling, which is crazy. But honestly, guys, I don't know what the future holds for the WWE, but it's looking very promising right now, and we will just have to wait and see. So if you guys have this and enjoyed this episode of WWE News Rumors, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on all these news stories and rumors in the comment section down below. But ladies and gentlemen, I am your king of vlog style, Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.